We like the nicer things in life. I mean, who doesn't?
But can you afford them?
Oh, gosh, no.
You see?
Rebecca, age 20, and Michael, 24, may be young, but they say they know exactly what they want, to be together forever. But having been in a relationship for only 2.5 years, are both Rebecca and Michael sure that the timing is right to say I do?
Hesitant mainly, like I said, the age. The age is a big thing.
Do you think she's immature, or is it the number itself that's causing you concern?
I don't think the number really has anything to do with it. I just don't think she's ready yet.
Michael, if you want this, you better put a ring on it.
She just told you, didn't she? Just walk right on over there and they laid it out.
Will Rebecca get her way, or will Judge Lynn tell Michael to run away? Today, on Divorce Court Before Your Vows.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Rebecca Moreno and Michael Broughton. The two of you, who are 20 and 24, have come to me to ask my opinion as to whether or not you should wed. I have your wedding license here, and you've given me permission to destroy it should I think it's not a good idea, or I could give it back to you and send you on your way. But before we do any of that, Ms. Moreno, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your union and why you want to get married, but you're not quite sure it's something you should do?
Yes, Judge. Well, basically, I'm here today because, Michael, if you want this, you better put a ring on it.
Okay.
Michael needs to make a commitment.
She just told you, didn't she? Just walk right on over there and they laid it out. Ms. Moreno.
Yes, we've been together for over 2.5 years. We are living together. We've made a life together. I think the guy needs to man up and put a ring on it. I mean, I'm good looking. I'm educated. I have a good job. I can go find somebody else in a minute, but I'm sticking with you, so I think you need to make that decision now and not years from now.
Well, you know what? I like a woman who knows what she wants. I will say that. I like a woman who knows what she wants. Now, is it all about him just not pulling the trigger, or do you have some concerns yourself about the nature of this union?
Oh, well, of course there are some concerns about it. I mean, Michael, he can be very controlling at times. And that's something that I'm hesitant about, and I hope he changes that.
Give me an example of his controlling attitude.
I go to school, I'm majoring in biology, and I talk to a lot of people for help with class. If there's any contact with a guy, he won't allow it.
Now, how does he not allow it?
Let's say somebody texts me, asks me about class, and it happens to be a guy. It's just bad news from there.
It's an issue.
Oh, yes.
Do you get to fussing if a guy texts her?
Well, yes. These are all lies, though. She's the controlling one. She's the one always going through my phone. Anytime I talk to anyone, because I work with a lot of females, it's always a problem. Where else do I begin? She's lazy. She spends all my money. This is just the beginning of it.
Okay.
Doesn't have a job.
So you're paying all the bills?
Absolutely.
And she doesn't have a job?
Nope.
And she's spending your money?
Correct.
Are you spending the man's money?
The guy is lying as well, ma'am. I don't know what to say to any of that.
You two have met, right?
Yes.
You know who he is.
Well, I mean, look at him. He's trying to defend himself. He knows he's in a bad spot.
You said something that concerned me in your papers. You said that he humiliates you. Why don't you tell me about that?
Well, the guy cannot control himself when he drinks. He'll walk up to random people in the bar, females especially, flirt with them in front of me because he knows it upsets me. And at other times, he's even asked them if they wanted to have a threesome.
Mrs. Broughton, did you do all that?
I mean, I don't really know what happens when I'm drunk. This could be some truth to that.
Okay. Now, doesn't it scare you a little bit that you don't know what's happening when you're drunk?
Oh, absolutely.
But not enough to stop?
No way. No way.
I love the honesty.
I'll be honest with you, Judge Lynn.
I appreciate that. I really, really do.
Absolutely.
She came out here with a very direct statement.
Oh, yeah.
If you want this, you need to put a ring on it. Now, your response to that statement is what?
I agree. I do agree. It's just...
So are you ready or not really? Don't say you're ready if you're not.
Right. I'm unsure.
You're unsure.
I have some issues as well. She's young, you know. I'm 5 years older than her.
She's 20.
Right.
And you're 20.
25 next
25.
month. So,
okay.
But yeah, like I said, she's young. I'd like to go to school, finish school first, you know, travel, do some other things before we get married and have kids and all that, you know?
What's the hurry?
Great question, Judge.
I've
20. I mean, that's, 2 days past born. It's young.
You're right, but I have given so much up for him. I postponed my education a little bit for him. I've done so much for him. Stayed up constant nights when he has to work early in the mornings. I'll stay up late till 2 o'clock in the morning with somebody to work on his car so we can get to work the next day. I gave up my nights and days, and I've sacrificed a lot for him.
Why did you move in with him?
I fell in love with him, and I couldn't be away from him.
Why did you let her move in with you?
That's a great question, Judge. No,
Apparently, I'm full of good questions.
you are.
You want to sit up there and ask
I'm
him?
telling you.
You really are. No, I am in love with her, and I do love spending time with her. So,
Now, what would happen if she moved out on her own?
if she did move out,
Would that make you angry? Would that make you stop seeing her?
I would say it
you
would make me
encourage
sad,
her?
Judge.
What?
it would make me sad.
It would make
Yeah,
you
I'd
sad.
I would be devastated, yeah.
When Divorce Court Before Your Vows continues, does Michael take his anger too far?
He has like these anger spells.
Are you ever afraid of him? Do you want to give a wake-up call to a couple you think needs to either break up or get it together? If so, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court Before Your Vows is back with the case of Rebecca Moreno, who says her boyfriend of 2.5 years needs to step up and propose. But is Rebecca too lazy to be a good wife?
I work all day, come home, still sleeping. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, still sleeping. Unbelievable.
So you tell me what your issues are with her. Why aren't you ready to pull the trigger? She's beautiful. We know she loves you.
Right.
You'd be devastated if she left your house.
Right.
Why can't you put a ring on it to secure her presence?
Well, like I said before, the issue with her being young, I would also like to finish school. I would like her to finish school. And then there's some minor flaws too. She's lazy. She is. Like I said,
Give me some examples. Tell me what she does that makes you think she's lazy.
absolutely. I work all day, come home, still sleeping. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, still sleeping. Unbelievable.
You sleep all day long, Ms. Moreno, when he's
Now,
out?
when he has to get up for work at 3 o'clock in the morning, I get up at 2, make sure his uniform is ready to go, make him lunch. So when I'm up before you, I think I can sleep a little later. I do get stuff done during the day.
I would love to reverse these roles. I'll wake up for an hour and then sleep for 8 hours. That'd be
Okay.
great.
Well, you do go to bed right after he leaves, right?
Sometimes it depends on what I'm doing that day.
You say she has an anger problem as well.
Oh, she's got a little mouthpiece on her. Absolutely. Just very degrading.
Well, what sets her off and what kind of things does she say?
Oh, she's just very ugly with her words. Puts me down. Just, like I said, a little mouthpiece. Very feisty. It's rough.
He mentioned that I have an anger problem, but he does as well. And I want to say it's like 10 times worse than my little temper tantrums.
Well, what does he do when he gets angry?
He has like these anger spells that usually go for around like 2 to 3 days out of the month. And any little thing sets him off. So I think the last time it
You got
happened.
PMS, Mr. Broughton?
Apparently. Apparently.
For real. I was on the phone with somebody
I'm gonna get letters on that one.
for our cable company. And I got off the phone with him and he's like, "You sounded really dumb." And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, I really don't care." And I went over to hug him later on and I accidentally scratched him and he just blew up. For the next 2 or 3 days, it was like, "You're dumb, you're stupid, you're messing everything up, why can't you do anything right?" And then a few days later, it's back to normal, "I love you."
When you get mad, do you stay mad for a considerable period of time?
No, not really. Sometimes I have had a few issues like that, but I'm in anger management. I'm working on it. I'm getting the help.
Oh, you are in anger management?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Well, not currently, but I've had.
But you've had, so you know
Yes,
you
ma'am.
got an issue and you're willing to work on it.
I agree.
Are you ever scared of him? I mean, does he have, he's gone to anger management. People don't just roll into anger management because they got a bit of a hothead. Are you ever afraid of him?
Never like to where I feel I would be in like physically in danger. Never that way. But I'm afraid that his anger is gonna ruin our relationship one day because it gets to the point where he gets so angry and I've learned to deal with it, but he'll tell me to get out of the house and leave. And I have nowhere else to go. What am I gonna do? Call my parents and say, hey,
he
Mike
put me
kicked
out.
me out again.
Right.
So I stay there because I care.
When you say you've learned to deal with it, how do you deal with it? What do you do?
You learn to ignore the ugly words he says because apparently after his little like spiel, he tells me like he didn't mean anything that he said. So I just blow it off. I don't know how else to.
You don't let it hurt you. You say you don't internalize it. He's having a spell. It has nothing to do with who I am or what I am, and I'm not going to internalize anything he tells me.
Because if I take it personally, then I'd just be a mess right now.
Yeah, right.
When Divorce Court Before Your Vows continues, why is Rebecca the one for Michael?
I like your attitude that I have value and I'm not just going to be this chick that has your babies. I value that. Now let me tell you where you made your mistake. Do you think Rebecca and Michael are mature enough to get married? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call 1-800-282-1991 now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter at Divorce Court.
Divorce Court Before Your Vows returns with the case of Michael Broughton, who admits to having an anger management problem that has put a strain on his relationship. But is Rebecca's impulsive shopping putting stress on the union too?
We like the nicer things in life. I mean, who doesn't? But I think he goes
Can
in
you
excess.
afford them?
Oh gosh, no.
Normally at this juncture, I would take an opportunity to say, listen, you've told me about all your problems. Give me 90 seconds about why you love each other and why you should be together. Ms. Morena broke out with that when she walked out here. She told you and me she want to get married. She want to get married now. If you need to be next to this, you got to get the ring on the finger and all of that. So I don't think I need to hear from her.
I don't think
Mr. Brighton, why don't you tell me, why are you hesitant?
Hesitant mainly, like I said, the age. The age is a big thing. Just being
Do
young.
you think she's immature, or is it the number itself that's causing you concern?
I don't think the number really has anything to do with it. It's just, I just don't think she's ready yet. She says she's ready, but I don't think so.
If you thought she was ready, are you ready?
Yes.
You ready to settle down? This is it. Rest of your life. 75 years. This woman and only this woman. You're there.
Eventually, not. Yes. I would like to spend the rest
Oh, well,
of my life.
now that wasn't. That wasn't.
It wasn't very convincing,
No,
huh, Judge?
it wasn't. There was a light there. You wavered.
I
you
know, right? No, but honestly, yeah, I believe so.
I believe so.
I believe so.
Why would you marry her as opposed to anybody else in this world?
To me, it's not about the looks. It's all about personality to me.
Do I look good?
And she looks good, but to me, being able to talk to somebody, laugh. I love to laugh, you know, and she's someone I can talk to 24/7.
You guys enjoy each other's company.
We do. We have fun. Although,
You know, go ahead with
well,
the
one more
although.
point though, the money issue too. I got a little app on my phone. You know what I'm saying, keep the bank records coming up. You know, we just get paid. I'll look at it. Next thing I know, Victoria's Secret, H&M, Forever 21, charges everywhere. Next thing you know, we got no money left.
See, now I know you're doing it too, because he knows all the names.
Exactly. I'll pull it out right
No,
now.
but he's seen it a lot, because he know my husband couldn't tell you any of those names. He don't know anything about it. So you are out there running up the bills.
Every now and then, because
With no job.
I'm gonna admit, every now and then I do go, but we're both like that. We like the nicer things in life. I mean, who doesn't? But I think he goes.
But can
in
you
excess.
afford them?
Oh gosh, no.
You see?
We're not in debt, but living paycheck to paycheck is different than like saving up.
Do you see a problem with living paycheck to paycheck?
That's where we're different, because I'm the kind of person live day by day, because you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I might die tomorrow, so I really don't care. And he's the kind of person that wants to like plan ahead for the future.
Which is why he don't want to marry you. Right there.
When Divorce Court Before Your Vows continues, will Rebecca heed Judge Lynn's advice?
Part of that value you have is being rare. You don't give him all of that time and attention, delaying your schooling and making his schedule your schedule. If your whole life is designed to be his, then you don't have anything of your own. Do you think Rebecca and Michael are mature enough to get married? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call 1-800-282-1991 now.
Divorce Court Before Your Vows returns with the case of Rebecca Moreno and Michael Broughton, who have come before Judge Lynn to see whether or not they should say I do.
Let me tell you two something. I like you both. I like your attitude that I have value, and if you want me, you have to show me that you value me, and I'm not just going to be this chick that has your babies. I want to be your wife. I appreciate that. I value that. Now let me tell you where you made your mistake. You made your mistake when you moved in with him. Because part of that value you have is being rare. You know what I mean? You don't become commonplace to him. You don't give him all of that time and attention and delaying your schooling and making his schedule your schedule, because people become addicted to getting that right now. Why should he change? Why does he need to make that obligation to you? I encourage women to be on their own and of their own. So if you know, just like you said, a truck could hit him tomorrow. We certainly hope it won't, but it could. And if your whole life is designed to be his, then you don't have anything of your own. If you concentrate on who you are and what you want to be and your passion and your growth, not only is he going to continue to want you, he's going to work hard to get you and work even harder to keep you. So don't, put yourself in a position to, I don't believe in this shacking up business. You're 20. 20-year-olds are silly people in general. No disrespect. I've had 6 kids, all of them been 20, except the last one, he's working on it. And they're all been silly at that age. And they've been boys, so I know they're a little slower. But
Judge.
No, you are. You're a little slower, not intellectually.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right.
My bad. Did not make myself clear. They are a little slower to mature.
Gotcha.
They take a little longer to get there, and you're very mature for your age. But what I thought I knew at 20 is laughable at 30. You know what I mean? It's just laughable. And so give yourself enough time to know enough about this world to make a decision that you're going to be comfortable with. And I'm telling you, 70 years from now, you're going to be living with this decision. 70 years from now. That's a long, 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 long time to be with any one individual. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I don't know if you have enough life experience to make that decision for your 80-year-old self, 80, 90-year-old self. That's all I'm saying. So what I'm going to say this is good luck, Godspeed, get out the house, not ready to get married. I know you're relieved. This matter is adjourned.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Rebecca says she and Michael have taken the next step and have gotten engaged. They both know that they have some growing up to do, especially when it comes to their finances. they have learned that they need to really listen to each other more. They love each other very much and want to do whatever it takes to make their relationship work.